Chaos is a word that is heavily, misunderstood, you might say. Chaos is a word that is very much demonized and darkened. But what is the truth behind it? Because Tiamat, the dragon goddess, is also being called the goddess of chaos and also very much criticized because of that title. So, my brothers and sisters, my name is Tim Heijen and I am a dragon witch. I hope I can explain to you a bit more about our beautiful spirituality. In this case, I love to embrace chaos. Everything started from it, life in itself, but also your life. Your life started out of the same energy, the energy and also the awakening, the draconic awakening in itself. You know, my past started with pure confusion. I didn't know what was going on. I was led, yes, further on, by my dragons by my side and the dragons themselves. But I didn't know what to do, even though I tried to have order in this chaos. But I was unsuccessful. I was not allowed to put order just yet because I have to see what is happening in that freedom, in that whirlpool of emotions, in that whirlpool of feelings and instincts that you never felt before, instincts that are just everywhere. So you cannot control that. Simply the same that how you cannot control dragons, because they try to do so. Especially the alchemists back in the day, they tried to have control over the energy of and the vessels of the dragons. They tried everything. They tried even the dragon's eye, but they failed to understand what the dragon eye is. I have to do it like this now. The dragon eye, I'm also criticized to use the dragon's eye like this because it's upside down. The upside down triangle. That a lot of people don't understand how the upside down triangle is. The upside down triangle is chaos. And out of this chaos, you can control your dragon eye, your energy together. Out of the chaos, out of everything, it becomes like this. So you cannot have this if you immediately have control in the beginning of your path or even your life. You cannot have control in the beginning of it. That is suppression. That cannot never be with dragons. Dragons are never going to be suppression or that you have to submit to something that you might be familiar with. But that is the thing. You are not familiar for what is supposed to come. And that is what it makes chaos so important inside of our dragon's path. You cannot just go and say, how does my dragon path go? Nobody knows. Nobody will know how your dragon's path will go. In the end, you have to find it out yourself because no one else knows the chaos you're in. No one. I mean, you can see it like a big tornado, and inside of that tornado is everything: your past, your future, the things, how you see the earth, how you see life in itself. In the days before you were awakened by the dragon, and the day that will come once you are awakened of the dragon. It's all inside of that hurricane. It's all in that tornado. The tornado of whirlpool of emotions that are everywhere. And you just want answers. You just, what is going on? What is this? Am I also like this? What are these dragons? What does it mean? So many questions. But out of the chaos, you create your own path, a unique path that nobody else took. For example, you can see it like inside of this forest, there are a couple of paths that you can take. But see your draconic path that you go inside of the forest without the path. You create your own path, and that is where Tiamat's chaos stands for. A lot of people don't seem to understand what Tiamat's chaos really stands for. It stands for your own unique path. And out of this path, you also see that you are what you mean actually for Tiamat. Because sometimes I say things that happen to me inside of my dragon's path. Out of the chaos, I learned that I am much more closer to Tiamat than I ever thought. That even my name suggests son of Tiamat. It was just such a revelation. But once you see all of this, you still don't have to have control over it. You still don't have to have a grip on it. No, just see everything how it unfolds. And that is also why we don't choose between light and dark. We choose everything. We choose whatever comes to us. Out of this chaos, we decide whatever we will take. And that is typically dragons. Dragons take whatever they have, whatever they need at that moment. And that is what Tiamat's children are all about the dragons of chaos, the chaos dragon. That is actually every dragon. And if you are considering into put it inside of some kind of a set spirituality with rules, that is not it. That is not it. Our draconic path is certainly left-handed, which means that it's not controlled, and not even by you. You don't even have to control yourself. Nobody can control the dragon. Nobody can control Tiamat. And Tiamat is all what lives inside of you. So embrace that chaos, my brothers and sisters. Embrace it. This chaos is helping you to find and remind yourself of who you really are and what the dragons by your side is. Forget all you know or think you know. All you need is your instincts and intuition. Your intuition of to be a dragon witch, because I never heard of a dragon witch before I called myself like this. I am calling myself this because I am weird. I am strange for humans. I am just so darn whatever I mean, the odd one out, like they say. And that is what I am. And that is what my chaos created. My chaos created me, that I am not at all like anyone else. And you don't have to. On the dragon's path, you don't have to. We are children of chaos. We are immediately, we are without even exaggeration. Oh my goddess, that exaggerate. Oh goddess, sorry. Without even going too far, this is what we are. We are children of chaos. We are the children of Tiamat, and Tiamat is completely. And that is why I don't seem to understand that a lot of people just try to have control over it. Try to have control over a path that control the uncontrollable is control the dragons. Control over the dragons, and even control over yourself. That is why your human self tries to control the dragon within. But even your human self cannot control the dragon within. Not even yourself cannot control the dragon within. Because whenever you are awakened, normally it starts with a fresh beginning, with a new beginning, so that everything that was before is just a memory, just a memory. Everything that goes on is your new life. Out of this new life, out of this pure chaos, you will discover everything that you need to discover on your specific dragon's path. Because how we experience chaos is actually with everyone else different. So you don't know what your brother or sister on the dragon's path is going through, because that is also the reason why I say this path can be sometimes difficult and even tricky to understand, because you don't have clear lines to read. You don't have just clear things to analyze. You don't know what is going on. And that is why a lot of people on the dragon's path, they don't know that they are on the dragon's path, because out of this chaos they cannot read the dragon. They know that they love the dragon and there is something about it, but they don't really know what. And that is where I want to actually explain to you as a dragon witch. And that is where I might push you in the correct direction, not just pushing you whatever. No, pushing you to say that you are on the dragon's path, you can say, and that there is a dragon by your side. And from there on, the chaos continues. But from there on, you have to not control, but you have to continue on that chaos. On that chaos, you know, and you discover who you really are. And that is why I don't understand also why a lot of people demonized chaos. And also, chaos is where life comes from. Out of chaos, life was created by Tiamat and also the other dragon gods. And that is why also humans don't like chaos. They want control. They love control. And they could not control the dragons. They never could control the dragons. And that is why humans want control all the time. And if I see that people on the dragon's path also wants control, that is your humanity speaking. Your humanity wants control over your dragon. Your humanity also wants control over other things. But your dragon, that is why it's a fight, my brothers and sisters. It's a fight over control of the human and the chaos of the dragon. The chaos of the dragon and the control of the human is living with us. And that is why it's a constant fight. That is why I'm not saying to people who are actually trying to control the dragon that it's bad to do so. No, I have to leave them behind. I have to leave them on their dragon's path, their journey, and the fight that they have with chaos and control, human and dragon. That is up to them. I'm not here to say what you have to do. I'm just explaining to you a bit how the dragon's path goes and how difficult it sometimes can be. But in the end, it's a very beautiful path, a path that you are free. And that is what it is, my brothers and sisters. We are children of chaos. We are children of Tiamat. But we are also children that are very much free.